Hello, how are you doing? A little bit different location this week to last week, I must admit. Really, to start this video, I wanted to explain a little bit about what I've come to photograph this week and why, to be honest, I've not photographed this species for probably 15 years, and that's because I'm here today to photograph seals. Now, the location I'm at today has common seals, so harbour seals and grey seals. I used to spend a lot of time 20 years ago at a place called Donanook on the Lincolnshire coast, and there's a big seal colony there. Now, I stopped going there for a particular reason. It seemed to be, I'm not sure whether it's when mobile phones with cameras became really popular, but you got a lot of irresponsible photography up there, and the location at Donanook is basically the seals come out the sea onto the beach and people can walk straight out to them, and you got a lot of people really just walking up to seals and with camera phones and taking pictures. And when it got to that stage, I thought the pressure on the animals and the stress that it was causing them, they didn't need somebody else up there, so I basically said, well, I'm not going to go back. And after that, I spent a lot of time sort of in the west coast of Scotland. You see obviously a number of seals around, but I have to say over the last few years they seem to have declined in number. Now, you'll have to excuse the helicopters going overhead. That might give you a clue to where I am. Anybody who's been watching my recent videos will probably know that I mentioned that my daughter's moved up to Aberdeen. So as you can see, I'm on the North Sea coast today in Aberdeenshire. So yeah, Leia moved up to Aberdeen and I'm up here for a week. So immediately when I got up here, I thought, well, what can we photograph? So we could either go into the Cairngorms, and I was just doing a quick search and saw a nature reserve called Newburgh Beach, I think it's pronounced Newburgh, and where there's a large seal colony. And the setup here is quite nice because the seals actually haul out on the estuary at the side of a river, and where sort of the public are kept on one side of the river and the seals haul out on the other, and then you've got the North Sea that the river's going out into. And that means that the seals have carte blanche really to stay away from you, or if you, which is what we're going to try this morning, is just go and sit on the sandy beach across from the seal colony and just see if somebody comes and checks us out. So that's the plan to start with. What we're also going to do, obviously you can see behind me, we've got this extensive dune system. I think there's some footpaths and bridle ways through that as well. So we're going to do a little bit of exploring, see what else we can find, and yeah, obviously bring you along with us. But I'm really excited this morning because it's such a long time since I've been to a place where there's a large number of seals, and it is, if you're prepared to sit and wait, it can be a really easy form of photography. You just sit there with your camera, lens focused out on the sea, and often these seals will be really curious and come and check you out, and you don't need particularly long lenses. So we'll see what happens. Excited to get going. I'll meet you when I get down on the beach. Right, as I said, we're now down on the beach, and all we've really done is just found a place, just hopefully the tide's not going to catch us out and wet us through, but we're just sort of on the edge of where the waves are coming up to, and the tide at the minute is going out, so it's not too dangerous a thing to do. I've left us bags a little bit further back just so that there's no chance of us having to do a quick run out of here and try and get all this gear before it gets wet. Now, as I said to you further down, what the situation is here is we're sat down on the beach. We've got the estuary and the North Sea in front of us, and the seal colony is directly across from us. A lot of the seals have hauled out now, but there still are seals in the water. And literally, if you just stay here, what you'll find is that the seals come to you. There's one here now, just coming down towards us. Very, very curious, really, really close in. So I'm just gonna see if I can get a shot. And I'm also keeping my eye on this water, which appears to be getting closer than it. Every now and again you get a wave that comes a little bit closer in. So yeah, I just want these seals to come directly in front of us. And as I say, that's the only technique involved really, is just making sure that you just sit quietly, and obviously then seals are quite curious. A lot of them will just come to check you out, and you can get your shots, some nice shots of the seals in the water. Because obviously the seals are across there when they haul out, I'm having to shoot with the 600mm lens across this estuary, and obviously in that instance you're far better off when the tide's fully out, because it means you can go a little bit further down the beach to get a closer shot. But yeah, it's a really nice setup today, beautiful day. We've got one or two other things around as well. There's a few sandalling that are running around on the beach, as well as the tide goes out. So it's really fascinating just to see these seals come in, and they'll be about 40-50 metres away, and then all of a sudden you'll get one come really close in and just pop up in front of you. Absolutely fantastic, but you have to be quick. I've had a couple of occasions where you're just getting set up to shoot, and one of the things I will do is I'll pre-focus on an area so that I'm already more or less in focus when that seal pops up. I'll have an idea of where I want it to be, how close I want it to be, and then I'll just pre-focus on that area, and then hopefully, and you know, you'll get seals come into that area and you're already ready to shoot before they go down again. We've just made our way away from the seals now, because the tide's almost all the way out, and we were just coming back to further down the estuary where we got in from the car park, and literally there's 3 eider ducks in front of us on the water, and not fazed by us at all. I've never photographed eider ducks before, so I was really excited to try and get some images, and as we got closer I thought, no, they're going to fly away, but we actually ended up laid down on the sand in front of them, and literally I think I was at about 300mm on the lens by the time I'd finished. Yeah, it was just absolutely amazing. They so not bothered really. I think there might be a lot more a little bit further around, but I think what we're going to do is probably going to try and get a little bit of film now, see if we can film them a little bit as well. But yeah, they're just totally unfazed. Somebody's just walked past with a dog and they moved about 3 or 4 feet further out into the stream of the river, and then they've just come back in. So yeah, anybody out there wants to come and photograph eider ducks, this looks like it'd be a fantastic place to do it. Anyway, I'll catch you in a bit. Right, I think that's the end of today's video. It really has been absolutely fantastic here. I can't recommend it enough. We got here fairly early this morning to go and photograph the seals. That was the main thing we were here to do, and I have to say, on its own, that was a fantastic experience. What I liked about it particularly is there's some separation between you and the seals, so you never feel like you're affecting their behaviour. And we've had them come really close up to us in the water, hopefully got a few nice images there. Then coming back, those eider ducks, we thought we'd really struck lucky with 3 of them coming really close in. As I say, something I've never photographed before. And we photographed those, and we were making us way back round to where we'd come into the reserve, and believe it or not, we could hear this strange noise, and Leah said, "What's that noise?" And I said, "I think that's eider ducks, that's the noise that they make." And there was a whole group of them. They were a little bit further out, so we made us way past them because we'd already had our fill with eider ducks, having them come close in. Again, absolutely fantastic. And because we got here early this afternoon, the tide's all the way out, so the river estuary here is virtually empty. But what it's now full of is waders, so we've had another good couple of hours in here trying to photograph the waders as well. They're a little bit more skittish, as people know who photograph waders a lot. They're sort of circle of fear, they don't like you to get too close, so it's a little bit more difficult. Hopefully we've got a few images of those as well, but I mean, to be honest, what a fantastic place this is. I can't, recommend it enough. We're certainly going to be coming back, and I don't know whether you can see the state of me. I'm absolutely wet through, covered in sand. Tried to keep the equipment dry, but as my mum and dad would say to me, if you're filthy wet, you've really had a good day, and I'm filthy and wet, so absolutely fantastic day here. Hopefully the images and the film will live up to that. I'll see you next time for another one.